The message that's coming through instantly is that this new moon in Cancer is designed to shift and change everything for you. And the shift that's occurring is not loud. It's not this external announcement where, you're at the rooftop screaming this to the world. It's more about this invisible, I'm seeing current within you. It's an invisible shift of tides, shift in directions, and it just feels like you're being called back home for, hold on. Again, we don't even have the microphone plugged in. I'm going to plug this in real quick. Again, it's not something that you're announcing. I'm going to just leave this in because it's raw and it's real. Now, new moons, let me just plug this in real quick, right? So this is something that you're probably announcing to yourself first, and then the world. I'll be good. You could be test driving, something that you're announcing to yourself. 1, 2, 3, testing, right? So this is something that's happening behind the scenes. Very much so. Now, new moons always occur when there's a conjunction between the sun and the moon. So it's a fusion that's happening between celestial bodies, between the invisible and the visible realms. And it often represents some type of seed that's being planted when we talk about new moons. But this is a new moon, in my opinion. That's not the time to be planting new intentions. Instead, it feels like there's a return back home that's occurring, where because the moon is in its domicile, it's essentially at home here, it's functioning very well. There's nothing that's straining your natural expression when it comes to just the soul. I'm hearing acceptance on a soul level of what was, what is, and also what is becoming in your life. And there is some type of shift or readjustment or reconfiguration that's happening when it comes to your inner world, that's bringing you back into alignment with your natural expression. Now, when I speak about the natural expression, it's less about just outward ambition, and it feels like there's a return to an emotional truth. That could be what home looks like for you at this stage of your journey. That could be what is going to be, I'm hearing, emotionally nourishing or supporting and productive for your soul journey moving forth. So there could be this reconfiguration I'm seeing when it comes to your values. Spirit keeps showing me like a shift of tectonic plates, which makes sense because you had like the tower that showed up and the shore. I'm going to go ahead and read these messages before we dive into this new moon in Cancer and why I feel like it's going to be such a pivotal point for you. I'm not even going to say why I know it's going to be such a pivotal point for you. So you have a few messages, and before I read to you the Sabian symbol, I want to share this with you because there's a way that you're being called back home to yourself. The way that you're going to be called to hold space for yourself first, which is to integrate, to heal. Sometimes that requires a reconfiguration process to occur within our inner realms. I'm seeing before we realign ourselves with the external. And alignment isn't somewhere we go, it's somewhere that we return to. So it feels like there's a return back home, and I'm hearing there's automatic transfigurations that occur. That's a key word, transfigurations. I'm going to use that as a keyword, and then I'm going to show you what came through. Just give me a second. This is a free flow. It's Cancer season, so as you know, things are very much just flowing. Let me see this real quick. Define transfiguration. Transfiguration means a complete change in appearance, form, or character, often into something more beautiful, elevated, or spiritual. Oh, so I don't know, maybe you're a Cancer rising or you have Cancer in your big 3 or something like that, and you could be going through a shift when it comes to your aesthetic. If not, it just feels like there's some type of transfiguration, some type of shift. It can also mean a transformation or a change. Could be an old neighborhood that undergoes a transfiguration after years of redevelopment. And it's a transformation into a more exalted, glorious, or spiritual state. Also, is this upgrade energy? It feels like you're going through some kind of major upgrade, but I'm hearing that comes with a reinvention of some kind. And it could appear like, you're reinventing yourself externally, but all you're doing is announcing this new you to yourself first, embodying it, trying it on, really getting acquainted with this it's kind of like a motherly archetype I'm hearing, with the essence of your own soul, and then roaming this earth according to that divine essence, being seated within your own divinity, really being able to merge your human nature with your divine nature and blend the two. So this is the tea. You ready? Let me know. First of all, how are you doing? Let me know. Genuinely, how are you doing? All right. So you have the Tower, first of all. So the Tower is, of course, a moment of destabilization, but I'm seeing this as your inner world. It's also known as the shore in this deck. So there's some type of collapse of something that is not going to be super supportive for you moving forth. And it kind of looks like there's a tunnel here. So it looks like there's something on the other side of this with whatever it is. And then you have a Queen of Chalices. The Queen of Chalices in this deck is also known as the Mender. So there is something that you're mending. There's something that you're fixing, especially when it comes to your inner world, your inner realms. I'm going to read this for you real quick. But I was really, what's the word? Meditating on this energy, because your advice was the Eight of Swords reversed. So there's something that you're getting out of your head when it comes to, you know, Eight of Swords is like a mental prison that somebody's in, where it talks about the universe is abundant, but the only lack that exists is within the mind. We just did a tornado or twister reading the other day, so you might want to watch that. I'll link it down below. So the Tower is almost the first priority when it comes to anything that's been repressed, because we're talking about the emotional worlds with the chalices that will come to the surface in order to be addressed. That's going to be any kind of protective structures, maybe that has been something that you've noticed yourself clinging onto. It could be something that has been familiar, but it's occurring so that this genuine healing can take place. That's the first message. And then the Queen of Cups is you stepping into this role. It could be a role for yourself. It could definitely be a role for others, because she's known as a healer in this deck. So something that you're being called, I don't want to say learn, but something that you're being called to step into when it comes to this natural feminine expression, this fluid expression, this really healing archetype. Is inseparable from the way that you'll be showing up in the world, but I'm seeing immeasurable circumstances that you're then going to be able to measure. I'm hearing equanimity, so something is equaling. It kind of gives me the law of giving and receiving, or exchange. So it feels like there's some type of exchange happening where maybe there's a reconfiguration or a transfiguration, and as you ascend into a higher octave and release old ways of being that are not going to serve you moving forth. Ooh, yeah. Then there's some type of new exchange that happens with the world around you. So Queen of Chalices talks about calm, comfort, and compassion. A wondrous display of lily pads, color, water, and atop the largest one kneels the mender with this sincere lightness. Wait, what? The mender has found a potent energy within themselves and can channel it into a brilliant force for healing. So this is almost like their spirit form, and then this is like her human form. So there's something around archetypal shifts that are happening, but this is like you getting to know your inner realms and maybe some type of archetypal manifestation that you are. The mender has a comforting presence that imbibes those around them with a state of calm. In a reading, it's a very positive sign of restoration and reflection. Through the mender's compassion, they have the ability to heal even without intentionally doing so. A lot can be learned from the mender on being soft, compassionate, and kind. If you feel that you've been too rough lately, the mender may show itself as a reminder to embrace that softer side of yourself. So there could be something that you're having to do, especially when it comes to getting out of your head and embracing some type of transformation in your life. That's what it is. And it could be your relationship with yourself, to be honest, and your inner realms, your inner world. Could be, I always see the mender as like this calm and non-judgmental presence, and I'm seeing that as the quiet observer within you that's greater than any experience that's unfolding before you. The mender is your ability to be seated in the 0 point, to be seated in the stillness, observing the complexities and intricacies of your surroundings. And from that perspective of the soul, it's just like yes, this needs to move. This needs to move within me so that I can open up to this experience. I know that this isn't aligned, so I know that I need to shift my direction here, or my focus or attention or life force here. I know that this is something that I no longer want to emotionally invest in, so it drains me, so let's just recalibrate. That's what I'm seeing. It's like some type of weaving process that you're going through, and it's not personal. It just feels like a vibrational shift, because again, with the transfiguration, it literally talks about some type of spiritual upgrade where you could be just outgrowing, especially because before this new moon we do have and I'll talk about it with you. I think I'll do another message on it, but it is important to know that we do have Venus conjunct the south node in Virgo that will be occurring on the 10th of July before this new moon, and it feels like this spiritual pruning that you're going to be going through, where you're really going to be aligning yourself and your life to reflect your internal values. There's something around how you move with integrity, and true character is being able to do what's right even if no one would know the difference. Do the right thing even without applause. Become your own witness. And you know the saying, I think there's a saying that it's like, what would you do or how would you move through life knowing that you were being watched by the person you admire most, or that you were always being watched by a higher power? There's that type of essence of a higher intelligence that moves through you and all beings, and making those decisions even when no one is looking. There's that type of essence that's coming through as well. And again, the 8 of Swords reversed is somebody getting out of their head. It could be some type of advice that you're receiving, maybe from your own internal dialogue with your soul, that's ultimately going to liberate you from some kind of mental prison that you've been in, and being able to process those emotions safely within your own inner realms. And that could open up new possibilities to you in a way that they didn't seem to exist before, at least not navigating this existence in the way that you once were. So there's something around holding space. Maybe the truth breaks an old reality or an old version of self. I'm hearing so that a breakthrough can take place and you're able to hold yourself through that transition, again, with compassion, and freedom returns. It's like some type of internal introspection with the Tower that ultimately becomes your source of remembrance that you have always been free, right? The deeper the awareness, the greater the freedom. And that's what it feels like is happening with you. And it's just some kind of recalibration with your own soul's essence. So what I'm going to do is actually read you the Sabian symbol for this new moon in Cancer. It's a really beautiful one, actually. And we're going to round it up to 22 degrees. The Sabian symbol is a woman awaiting a sailboat. The theme is the right time at the right place. So the symbol speaks to waiting for the right opportunity or time to act. It also alludes to the ability to stay poised and focused on the present while anticipating what has yet to come. The image of a woman awaiting a sailboat emphasizes the importance of positive thinking. It's not present in the fact that the creative power of the idea establishes enduring reality. On a practical level, this image stresses the need for patience and the ability to hold up under stress or maintain emotional composure. Okay, there's just a side message, but you're learning how to do this for yourself, and some of you have the opportunity to do this for yourself again. It's almost like this isn't new to you. You're very acquainted with being able to hold space for yourself, and a healer is someone that can hold space for others simply because they've learned to hold space for themselves in this way. But it feels like a deeper initiation regardless of the fact. At its highest, the symbol represents intuitive understanding and the meaning to be discovered in synchronicity, or the convergence of chance events and the vision required to absolutely predict the outcome of any current situation. So it can mean that we're a little bit more superstitious in our behavior, maybe even lacking initiative. And there could be a dependence on luck. Maybe that's the nature of the Jupiter-Pluto square. The accent is on anticipation. So if you find yourself frustrated with any delays that you could be experiencing when it comes to, right, I want to take action towards this thing, because remember, this is happening during Mercury's retrograde in the sign of Cancer, then you have to trust in that timing of the right place at the right time. Everything is happening at the speed of alignment. And can you trust the unfoldment of your own life's journey? That's what this is. Because it's not that the universe is holding anything back per se, but it feels like things are being arranged into place where it's like, okay, I'm going to move this way. So there's some type of internal alignment that occurs before that external. And it says that your greatest advantage lies in being patient and the wait will be worth it. So it feels like you're kind of being called to wait. And you know, when they say the longer that you're waiting, the bigger the thing that you're going to receive, that's very much what this feels like. And it reminds me of something that I used to share where, you know, cats are pregnant for what, like 3 months, and they give birth to these little baby kittens, but then an elephant could be pregnant for like a year, and it takes more time for this thing to cultivate and grow in ways that are unseen but are felt. No one quite knows what it's going to look like, but you know, they can see that something is shifting about you, something is transforming about you. That could be your essence, your embodiment. There could be shifts that you're going through in silent that you're not announcing, but is evident in the way that you're navigating the system. And then one day this thing is born from you, or it's expressed from you, or it's an extension of you. So I'm hearing it's quiet until it's not. So enjoy the quiet time, right? It kind of reminds you of that. Enjoy the moment of stillness, because when things get going, yeah, like life is about to shift in ways that you're going to look back at this period and be like, oh, I kind of wish that I maybe cherished that moment of stillness. So yeah, it talks about your greatest advantage lies in being patient. It's also about making sure that you know what you're looking for, or you may not recognize it when it gets here. So this is about guarding against expecting things to fall in your lap without putting forth the effort to get them. You could be disappointed in the end. So the stepping stones are anticipation, patience, poise, composure, focus, perspective, vision, positive thinking, faith, confidence, trust, hope, and conviction. And then if we bring them all together, there's some type of receptivity. It's almost as if you're being called to be receptive to something new. But in order for that to happen, we have to release and not postpone in releasing what just is not aligned. That's really what this is. And that South Node conjunct Venus that we're going to be seeing happen on the 10th of July is almost like this allotment or garden where before you plant these new seeds, there is going to be some type of, uprooting. Yeah, there's going to be some type of uprooting where it feels like either things are being reallocated, relocated, whether that's physically, whether that's mentally, emotionally. I'm just seeing, okay, this needs to be put here, this needs to be put here. And it's like this intangible higher hand that's guiding your life, where it's just at the right time, at the right place. Everything is just in perfect design. And you may not be able to see it inside of the construct until you look back and be able to admire the tapestry, right? If you're standing too close to this tapestry and you'll just focus on the small and finer details of the how and the when something's going to unfold, and you don't actually take the moment to step back and admire the whole design, suddenly all the dots begin to connect. Because we can't connect the dots looking forward, but we definitely can looking back. And so the wisdom is culminating within you long before I'm hearing this next season arrives, right? There's some type of wisdom, something to do with this, right? It's like there's something that is culminating within you long before. I'm seeing it as this exposure spirit showing me. So that could be the seed that's going to burst through the soil into this new atmosphere. So yeah, that's one of the biggest messages. It's kind of like you're being called to stand at the harbor and trust what's coming forth. It definitely reminds me of a 3 of Wands energy, which is like a sun in Aries. So it could be some type of new initiation where you're planting some type of seed within yourself, but with this very quiet confidence. And that could be something that you're already aligned with, something that you've already been contemplating, and now your ships are rolling in and you're having to trust that, the tide is going to bring forth exactly what's in benefit for you at this stage of your evolution. I'm hearing how it's designed to assist you. I'm also going to read to you the degree of Mercury and that Sabian symbol, because again, Mercury is retrograde at this point. And this isn't a time where we want to cast out an intention, because imagine casting out this sailboat in the ocean and it's like the tide is coming in. It's not going to be as conducive as if the tide were coming out. So there's something around trusting that you'll be guided to launch whatever this is at the right time, at the right place. Now, Mercury retrograde Sabian symbol is going to be 19 degrees of Cancer. And this talks about a priest performing a marriage ceremony. The key word is conformity, and the theme is all about commitment. So this Sabian symbol speaks about spiritual stewardship, and it's assumed by those individuals and institutions who have dedicated themselves to preserving the highest values of society. The image of a priest performing a marriage ceremony emphasizes moral integrity and commitment to upholding community standards by living its ideals. On a practical level, this degree can refer to going along with the crowd or giving in to group pressure. At its highest, it represents a special gift for inspiring cooperation, finding ways to bring diverse elements and people together in harmonious and functioning whole. Watch for ritualistic behavior, obsession with appearance rather than the substance of things. The accent is on unification and integrity. Loyalty and commitment to common ideals may help people resolve their differences. Your greatest advantage lies in helping people find what they have in common, so seek out cooperation. Guard against pretending things are okay when they're not, and trying to make them look good on the surface for the sake of appearances. Don't be satisfied with the illusion of truth, and instead live it. The stepping stones are all about commitment, conformity, tradition, integrity, unification, harmony, blessings, and ritual. So there could be something that you're recommitting to. That's what this gives me. You could be recommitting to your values, to your belief systems, and you know what has to shift, you know what has to change. I'm hearing in order for you to come into this co-creation or cooperation with your own soul's calling or your own spirit, that's very strongly what I'm picking up on here. And at 19, it can be a lot to do with relationships, right? And how you communicate in relationships, even if that's a relationship that you have to your own spirit and honoring that. I see this as very internal, where, you know, you're kind of sticking things out or you're working through things and you're like, okay, well, this has to shift or this has to change, especially with the Venus conjunct the South Node. That's going to also square to Uranus, by the way. So there could be something that maybe you devoted yourself to or you're committed yourself to, and that could be breaking during this time. That's also the way that I see it, but it's leading to some kind of reconfiguration or transfiguration. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull a message for you okay, you have deep knowing. Of course you do. Deep knowing is a moon card, and it's very much tap to open, time to back up your recordings. There could be something that you know as you look back at your past. We also have a change in the wind at the base. So there's a deep knowing that there's some type of shift of tides, turn of tides. That's what this is giving me. I'm going to go ahead and read this for you. It literally talks about an internal dialogue with the oracle within. That's what this is. So there's something that you know needs to shift. There's something that you know needs to change. I'm hearing it can no longer function the way that it once did. Intuition, listening to the oracle within, and empathy, hypersensitivity. Bear in mind that as this is happening, Neptune is in retrograde, and so the field is a lot porous. There is this, let's say, deeper connection that we have to the intangible realm right now. And there's a lot that on a soul level we're kind of reviewing, revisiting, or revising when it comes to our own life experiences. Talks about trusting the sacred dialogue of this deep knowing. So tune in and trust your vibes. They will be right, and you'll receive answers from unusual sources. Yeah, a deep knowing allows you to open the door to wisdom far greater than what is available to the limitations of the human experience. You're given information that may make no logical sense to the five senses, but is 100% true and correct. So yeah, there's something. This talks about being connected to the source of consciousness. It's perplexing that people are taught to ignore this natural capacity to navigate their journeys and access their inner guidance. So yeah, this is some type of inner guidance system. Now, if this is in relationships, your relationship to someone or something, there are occasions when you just know deep in your heart and soul that someone is going to play a meaningful role in your life. Someone crosses your path and suddenly out of the blue, you're connected at a level impossible to describe. That feeling marks a moment in time etched indelibly onto your soul. Someone has entered your life who will be an instrumental in your journey, so pay attention to your hearts are calling each other to begin an alchemical process. This is also a sign that your intuition about this person that you care about is correct. Trust your heart to lead you now, because magic is about to happen. Now, in prosperity, this talks about this is a time when your hunches will pay large dividends if you listen to them. Take the risk and act. Within you, there is an ocular consciousness, a higher and deeper knowing that transcends the machinist of the smaller thinking mind. At the deep level of your intuitive senses, you have an access point to the genius of the collective. This is the energy of thinkers and creators, all innovators and leaders. All you need to do in order to leap into success or available to you, this is an act of listening intently.
Past the busy mind, your genius awaits. Now, this is really, really interesting. There could be acts of self-love or self-care, maybe something you're going to be saying no thank you to, especially anyone or anything in your life that also exhausts you. And understanding that setting energetic boundaries talks about taking a salt bath or emptying your mind, especially if you've been feeling hypersensitive. Talks about psychic exhaustion, and really strong energetic boundaries are needed, especially because Neptune is in retrograde. Again, it does make your field a lot more porous, so you're more likely to pick up on just emotions that aren't yours. And so it's really important to, you know, discern where your emotional landscape ends and where another being begins. All right, so that's your first message with this. I'm also going to get another message from the Energy Oracle deck. Okay, you have daughter value. Now, this is kind of showing up reverse, which is a pretty interesting one. Oh, we have a changeable wind there at the base. I forgot to read daughter value. Let's go ahead and get this. I'm hearing this is your definition of success changing. Your definition of success is shifting right now. What's valuable to you on a soul level and how that translates into the physical realm and reflects in the physical. 31. I'm definitely seeing mirrored because subconsciously I was looking for 13 and it's 31. So new beginnings in finance or career. My life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. The river of abundance freely flows through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. All right. There's something around detachment with this showing up reversed. I was seeing it as, I'm going to read it both ways, but there's something around abundance collapsing in all forms in your reality. Right place at the right time. Understand the essence of what it is that you're seeking and allow the form to reveal itself to you in a way that you may not expect. This could be abundance in people being portals and that opening up new timelines of discovery for you. That could be abundance when it comes to opportunities. It could be networks. It could be places that you're guided to go. Abundance in all forms. That's why I say I wish you that the calls you send out comes back tenfold in your reality, collapsing in all forms of abundance. Abundance can come through more forms than just the physical material possessions. Of course, that can translate into it, but there's something far deeper that's occurring, all right? So this can also talk about potential complete closing of a door. The hope for a new opportunity where money and career is concerned may be delayed, but don't be disheartened. This reversed reminds you not to put all your eggs in one basket. You could be diversifying your efforts and let your intuition guide you towards the next open doorway. In the meantime, open your heart and your mind to other sources of value in your life. Money is a commodity, but so are time, tranquility, and love. Choose to open the doors of these wonderful experiences yourself and find real value there. So yeah, there's some type of redirection that appears to be occurring. You also have Archangel Uriel here at the base. So this is a how you're being guided, right? Your higher self in physical form is guiding you through this existence. This is creation from the crown. It's some type of creation from a higher level. It's an octave of you that's seated at a high level of understanding and can see the full landscape of time, space. And it's a deeper understanding around, oh, right, I may not see it right now inside of the game. It kind of reminds me inside of the maze. It appears like this is a dead end and this is a dead end and this hasn't worked. But you're being guided to be literally at the right place at the right time by, let's just say higher forces, higher intelligence that you also are, that can see, oh no, this is actually the most conducive way. This is where your destiny intersects or coalesces with others. This has to happen first and this has to happen first so that you can make it out this exit, because at this exit, oh my God, wait until you see the gift that we have on the other side of this door and you're not going to be able to receive that without this. So it feels like you're on this main quest, but there's this side quest that the universe is sending you on right now. And what can you pick up from these side quests? These side quests allow us to meet people, carry things, or discover things within our own inventory. This could be soul gifts or abilities. It could be insights or epiphanies that we wouldn't have had without, these side quests that actually end up allowing us to gather resources or things that we'll bring with us, whether that's within ourselves or what it is that we'll connect to in the external, that are going to be even more supportive. And it's like there's something around you looking back at your journey and saying, oh no, this was a necessary part of my own evolution journey. Like this connected to this and this connected to this. Like if it didn't happen this way and I didn't meet so and so, or if I didn't wait until this and this, then it wouldn't have da 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 da. So there's something around this where you're going to look back and admire the design when it comes to the intricate how do I say it? Again, it's being seated in the stillness enough so that you can admire the complexities and intricacies of your surroundings and say, oh no, I trust the puzzle pieces that are rearranging themselves in front of me. And I know that as I walk the path will continue to unfold in alignment with the highest possible expansion. It's like the human makes plans and the universe laughs, because it's like, yeah, we have so much more in store for you. It's going to turn out better than you had imagined. That's the best thing about, you know, I'm seeing the law of expectation, but then also the law of assumption. Expectations lead to you getting disappointed, because I'm hearing we don't lose people or the opportunities. Instead, we lose illusions. And sometimes the ego is so funny because it clings on to, oh no, this is the best possible way, or this is the best possible outcome. But then the universe is like, are you kidding? You can have this and this and this and this and this and this, and it's like tenfold even better. So there's something around, again, the longer the wait, the sweeter the reward in the end, right? It kind of gives me that energy, especially daughter value. And this or something on a deep soul level that you know, all right? Maybe you're being called to wait for something, but it's not really waiting. It just is it's happening at the speed of alignment, like the highest possible alignment. And I feel that you know that, my love. Okay, so I'm gonna love and leave you right there, and that could be how you're being called to hold space for your own journey right now. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna love and leave you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, do consider subscribing, because we'd love to have you around. What? This message doesn't find you unless you're literally your soul family already. So make yourself at home. Okay. So anything else? I guess that's it. Personal reading details are down below. Also check out Auto Spirit if you guys are looking for some high quality AAE grade gemstones. One of the proceeds are donated towards auto sanctuaries. I have kunzite, I think it is rose quartz, and also rhodonite on today. So all self-love kind of energy. And yeah, that's gonna be it. So let me know how this new moon in Cancer goes for you, and what it is that you feel like you're being, I'm seeing, prepped and primed for. What is this transfiguration? Ooh, it kind of reminds me, there's a song that's coming through before we go, right? If you've made it to this point, and it's the Divine Assignment song. And I think she talks about transfiguration, divine assignment. I'm seeing this is for someone so specific. Right, hold on. Divine assignment. Assignment. I know that it's by what's her name? This was so long ago. All right. It's by Gemini. And okay, listen to this. Okay. Ooh. So that, first of all, 30th of September could be significant for someone of 24. And in this message, I said that you understood the divine assignment. I'm seeing this as, it was an Aquarius energy. So again, the North Node is prepping to move into Aquarius. You understood the divine assignment, which is the canvas for your life. And I literally talked about a glow up that you're going through. And upon the discovery, those around you are going to be like, damn, like what happened? And I'm seeing train your mind to be better. Get ready for race day. Yeah, that's what it is. It's a critical junction or roundabout that you're on. And I also saw a star boarding energy. So it's almost like you are boarding and being taken to your destination. And I'm hearing you just trust where the train track is leading you. Now, the Gemini song says a divine assignment is a task given by God that comes with the ability to solve problems that have eternal value. It's believed that a divine assignment is a blessing from God that involves doing, having, or going what God wants. It's also believed that a divine assignment is to become Christ-like, so to become conscious awareness inside of the system and begin behaving very, very differently. So this should be carried out precisely as instructed without detours. It's also believed that you will complete this assignment no matter how difficult it may seem, and that divine assignment should be considered through the lens of eternity, and that it's important to consider how the assignment will affect the hereafter. So this is something that goes beyond you. This is the lyrics, okay? Think fast, move past, The fear that this moment won't last, I got more to amass. I've been trusted with something so fly, and I ain't asking why. This feels right, no lie. I've received my calling, it's enthralling. I've made up my mind. There's no need to decide, my path solidified. I received my divine assignment so that I can walk in alignment. And that she goes on to repeat that as the chorus. And then this is the part that I feel like we're going to look back at, where she says, "Dear Lord, thank you for the love from above and the purpose that you placed on me. Thank you for the gifts in the midst of the shift. I can feel your presence on me. I'm praying for the strength and the courage and the wisdom to birth what you placed in me. You trust me with the assignments. I'm walking in alignment. You're bringing out the best in me. If it's for me, let it stay." This is South Node in Virgo. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. If it's not, I let it go away. If it's going to get in my way, I don't want it no more. If I'm blind, then help me see. If I'm wrong, then help me grow. Take your time with me. I only want what you want. So I receive my divine assignment so I can walk in alignment. Gonna walk, gonna walk, gonna walk, gonna walk. This could be doing something that is in alignment with your eternal journey. Deep that for a minute. I'm gonna leave you that. So, yeah.